Hello YouTube, today I come at you with a Marvel Legends review, a retro-carded Iron Man. Um, I've been looking for this guy for a minute now, and I'm happy to have him. So let's start off with his packaging first, as usual. I couldn't really get the box open without breaking it and ruining it, but I don't care that much. But he comes in this big, chunky, unnecessarily large window box blister pack more than anything. Iron Man Model 09 with some gorgeous artwork, honestly, of Tony there. Iron Man's logo up there. Marvel Comics. The instruction sheet was like underneath it. It just moved when I opened the box. And the back of it has this artwork of Tony there, showing interchangeable parts and all that. Some legal stuff with Hasbro and all that. And the Iron Man logo, as well as a little text blurb up there. It's not showing up very well on camera. Okay, let's just skip the box. It's not that interesting, but it's nice. Gonna move the box down here. Now let's take a look at accessories first. He comes with what basically every other Marvel Legends Iron Man I've seen has, which is he comes with two repulsor blast hands with holes in them, so you can plug in his repulsor blast. Like so. And that looks fine. These do not have any articulation, no hinge or anything, so they're sculpted permanently in this position. But they look good. They're painted well and sculpted nicely. He comes with two blast effects, which these are always nice to have. And I'm pretty sure they're the same as the others. Yep. Alright, good. So I can remove the muzzle flash effect and still use them with Samus up here. But besides these two, he also comes with two transparent blue smoke effects with pegs on the back. Now, I was really interested in getting these, and I already tried them with the Samus Figma, but they didn't fit, so I'm probably going to have to cut down the edges a little bit. I'm not sure, but I'll probably have to modify these a little bit by cutting off certain parts of it. But these look fine. They're actually really nice to have, and they're the same thing. They just plug into his hand. And honestly, it looks really cool like that. They are a relatively squishy and soft plastic. They're very flimsy, so there's no breaking them. A majority of the parts that come with this Iron Man are soft. All of them are. Even his hands are a little bit softer plastic. So his hands have some playability to them. It's just they can't move. Now, Tony Stark himself. I like this design a lot. I don't really know what it's from specifically, but I thought this figure looked great when Anthony's Customs reviewed it, and I immediately knew I wanted it. I don't really read comic books, but I love Iron Man and I love Spider-Man, so I just thought he would be a good fit to pick up. And honestly, he is a decent Iron Man. His plastic is very marbly looking, and it has a bunch of like smoky sort of texturing to it, which is just the marbling of the plastic. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but his chest is very marbly, and all the red is basically. But I don't really hate it, honestly. I think he looks fine. His lower back and his I don't know what you would call these muscles. I know it's armor, but these are a slightly different yellow, which I don't really care about, honestly. It's not a big deal. But he looks fine. Nothing amazing, but he looks good enough. I just like Iron Man. He's great. The sculpt and paint is fine. I think the only paint is his mask and the blue light in his chest, the arc reactor. I'm not positive. But the rest of him, the red and yellow, appears to be sculpted in the color it's supposed to be, so the plastic is actually those colors. so no paint, which as far as I'm concerned, less paint is a good thing. But he looks fine, honestly, perfectly serviceable. Which is not saying he's bad, because he's not. Now, articulation, it's pretty standard for a Marvel Legend, but it's executed quite well. Unfortunately, his neck is still a ball hinge, so, whatever. But he can look up decently far, like that. That's the neutral, and down is very limited. He can rotate his head, of course, and can we get any attitude? Not really. Can't tilt his head. Alright, the head's not horrible, but yeah, I would like more from it. I'm not particularly picky about Marvel Legends because I know they're all kind of and whatever, so I'm not expecting them to be great because I know Hasbro doesn't care, but still. Moving on. He has a ratcheted waist crunch or ab crunch for some reason, and it can only go that far. So he can't lean forward too well. That's the straight up. And his arcing back is a little pathetic. And it looks fine, at least. But he does have that, and of course a waist rotation. His shoulder pads are a very soft, rubbery sort of PVC plastic, so they aren't going to get in the way of anything. And you can do a full 360 with the arms. He has a bicep rotation. Double jointed elbow, but the sculpt of his forearm gets in the way. Wrist rotation, and the wrist is on a hinge as well. The fists are, at least. And you just pop them out and replace it with the other hand. His legs are actually pretty okay. He can kick forward that far, just a little bit less than straight out. Kicking back, basically not at all, because his iron booty cheeks are in the way. He can get a decent spread. Honestly, that's fine. He has a thigh rotation as well. And for some reason, a calf rotation, which I guess is more to aid the foot because of the sculpt of it getting in the way. But he does have a double jointed knee. The joints are smooth and work fine as well. They're not too bad. The joints don't feel gummy or weird at all, in my opinion. Again, calf rotation. He cannot kick his foot back very much at all, but forward is just a little bit. And there's not really much of a rock to it. He's not the most articulated Iron Man in the world. He was only about $25, I think, so I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be great because it's a Marvel Legend. But he's perfectly serviceable and fine. I like him. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, honestly. I am probably going to take one of these smoke effects and cut this little part and this part off to the side off, just to make more clearance to use it with the Samus Figma. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but it's an idea I have. But these are cool to have for, you know, that little bit of customization. I'm not really going to use them for Tony. Anyways, that calls it for this video, guys. I hope y'all have a good one. He's pretty okay. I like him. Anyways, I'm out, gamers.